Yo, what is good? My anime people, what is good, yo? I truly apologize that these videos are coming out so late. It was my birthday yesterday, guys, and I truly hope you understand. But other than my birthday, I got too ridiculously drunk and threw up all morning, so that was awesome. But regardless of all that, DanMachi this week really hit your boy in the feels. Not only did we get to see what it's like for humans that actually love goddesses and vice versa, like what it could lead them to get at the end of the day when you see someone who truly cares, but at the same time, he's put in a position where he actually had kind of no chance, right? Like, if he had a chance, I don't think the goddess would have jumped and pushed him out of the way. She probably would have let him fight, but her knowing her, her students and her familia better than anyone probably, it makes sense that he was probably going to die, and she saved his life. So, super sad to see that. We also know that that could have happened to Belle very easily with how reckless Hestia is, and her already going into the dungeon when they're not allowed to. So it looks like there's, for some reason, that has happened here with this Crane son, and by doing so, he lost his goddess and never really let himself go back to the main town of where the gods and goddesses were. He wound up just going to a village and becoming the mayor because he lived there so long, and maybe was, top of the top. Like, they're like, oh, well, if anything happens, this guy will actually try to protect us. But I say that to say this. The black dragon we find out about last week actually has a bit of an appearance, at least his scales anyway. And because we see these scales, because we see this appear, man, I thought it was just going to be something like some informational kind of cool stuff, but it winds up turning out that this might be supposedly the reason why Ainz is still trying to catch up to somebody. Way back in season 1, like, I guess not way back, like it was when she started training Belle, we got that information that she's wondered why he was grinding so hard to catch somebody, and she couldn't imagine who when it was her. And now it's her that told, or Ainz that told Belle that she's also doing the same thing to catch somebody. And I think that somebody might be the dragon now, seeing how it's being revered as multiple different things from multiple different people. For Hermes, it's the world destroyer. It's the end of all things. For Ainz, it's no god and practically the same thing as Hermes, but by the look in her eyes, I bet her family probably was maybe a part of Zeus's and something along those lines, and lost their life fighting against that dragon. Then we have the villagers who actually revere it as a god and is very thankful for its passing by of its area, of their area, their village, because its actual scales makes it so the lower monsters don't even show up, right? So it's really cool how they played that out, in my opinion. Not a lot of shows would go to that depth to make it so regardless what happens to the black dragon, someone kind of loses out on something, right? Like Hestia finally loses out on the thing that she's trying to like grind for or something, if someone else takes that kill. Maybe I'm just guesstimating. We didn't have her say, oh, it's not a god and it killed my family. I'm literally just kind of putting that rest together myself because of her face, because of the way she kind of has never opened up to anybody. Even in her own show, she never was just like, oh yeah, my dad and mom passed away and this is my new family. Nothing like that, you know. So we're kind of just left in the dark to assume what's happened or what's going on with her. And I kind of hate that about her character, because this felt like the perfect time to break that mold of not understanding her. It felt like this was the best time to just start giving us some information about what her goals are, or why she knows the black dragon. And man, that face she gave when she saw the scales. I would never want her looking. You are dying. I hope you lived your greatest of lives, because this girl is going to absolutely destroy you if she looks at you like that. So now, with all that out of the way, we then see this man pass away, and we learn a lot about his goddess and just the situation that happens. But once he passes, we also find out that Hestia was very good friends with her, and I guess kind of look like her as well, because once she kind of takes off her hair thing and, you know, starts talking to him, he actually sees her as you know, the person he fell in love with. So they must have looked relatively similar, and this drawing this narrative at this time was really scary for me, because that just kind of goes to show you that this could be a message, right? Like, this could be their way of saying, hey, we're getting there. You're like, you know what happens when goddesses and gods, when they die, they get sent to heaven. And now we even know that when Belle or anybody that is close to us goes and passes away up there and goes to heaven, if whenever we pass away and go to heaven, we forget everything. So we become a spirit, kind of like in Dragon Ball, where they're like clouds. We become those in our purest forms, and we lose all of our memories. So that was pretty sad. That was pretty sad to hear. Knowing that that's the main reason why I see Hestia doing this. And someone had hit me up in the comments of, I think, my Twitter, and they're like, why is she so like selfish, like hot-headed, and, you know, like just kind of rude, you know? Because he was talking mainly because of the holding hands and don't touch Belle, and no girls and guys can, you know, do anything in this familia. It was those types of things that gave us this weird, you know, gave some people a weird feeling about her. But then they go into this next episode and you see this side of her too, and you're just like, man, like, what is her end game? You know, like, what is she actually after? And if she's actually after something, do we you know, do we get to see her achieve it after all the things she's been doing and work towards it? Or is this going to be, oh no, it's just going to be one of these things where, you know, she does all this and still doesn't really get to do anything? Because this show is already kind of showing us some darkness that looms within it, right? Like, who would have thought that people were just going to sacrifice somebody for power and do it with a smile on their face, and then try to destroy another family with that power they earn? You know, like, if you told me that was going to happen in this show, I would be like, from who? And of course, that girl that was saved by Belle and then had to witness him chase after Hestia, not come back for multiple days, would be the first person who wants to like hug him and stuff like that. Other people in the familia have seen Belle come and go, knowing that he's the strongest in the family. They have no real concerns. I don't think they knew Ainz was with them or out there, so that would have been like another relief for them, maybe for the guy, my guys. But the other girl would have been pretty mad to hear that Ainz was with them, the little supporter, Lily. But yeah, overall, this show was pretty amazing. This is another ending of a season. I'm doing all the ending of seasons first, so Accelerator will be next. But these shows really give me hope for what is to come in anime, because someone was telling me that when it was my birthday, we all get older and stuff, but as long as I love what I love doing and I keep it fresh in my mind and keep hoping that anime can just only get better and better over time, I get to enjoy it for the rest of my life. And with some people that may be there with me to the end or not, but regardless, I will still show you the true passion that I have for anime as long as I can, or as long as this channel allows me to, because let's be honest, everybody, YouTube is not the best platform right now, including with all the stuff going on. So if I ever do fall off or don't want to post, I would still be posting to Anime Amimo, because I don't have to talk, I don't have to do anything. I have to take a screenshot, put it up, and then, you know, type. So if anything, if I don't want to make videos or I can't make videos anymore, I'll still be at least blogging about it, right? So with all that said, thank you so much for being patient. I didn't get any hate mail, but I probably lost some subs. But come on, if they leave your boy and the day's not even up before my content's drop, they weren't anime people like y'all are. So I truly, truly appreciate you, and I'm gonna shut up and get to the next one. So with that, peace. Bang.